What's up, sis? It's your girl Tahirah Ahshah, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally getting to my entrepreneur struggles video. I actually already recorded this video, but it was super long. Like, I couldn't even get through the edit long because it was just way too long to even edit. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna delete this whole video, go ahead and re-record, and here I am. So I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. But yeah, this is the entrepreneur struggles video that I have been talking about in previous videos that I just never recorded. So this video is for those of you who are you kind of like just starting out entrepreneurship and things just aren't going as easy as you thought they would. And this is for some of you who are like OGs to entrepreneurship, or just to starting a business, and you're kind of like in that limbo, like you're just stuck, right? So hopefully some of these struggles will resonate with you, and then hopefully some of my solutions will help you. But without further ado, let's get into the video. But of course, go ahead and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you will receive all future videos on business, planning, and lifestyle. But let's get right into the video. So I could not do a video on entrepreneur struggles without talking about funding. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because honestly, y'all, funding is just, it is what it is. Like, if you don't come from a predominant family, or if you don't have like a trust fund, or if you're not, you know, taking out buku loans, then honestly, you're pretty much starting from scratch like the rest of us, and that can be really struggle bus. Okay, so that was one of the things that I struggled with in the very beginning, and I honestly feel like that until you are in like year 5 to 10, you're still going to be struggling, right? Because all of your profit pretty much is just going into new product or into new ways to broaden your business. So some solutions that I have is, of course, applying for grants. There are a lot of different grants out there for different types of businesses, depending on the industry that you are in. Personally, I just use my income taxes. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, last year, I just used pretty much my whole income tax check and put it right into my business. And I don't regret that for one bit. And it's probably going to be the same this year. Like, even though like I do have like some revenue coming in, I have a lot more ideas than I have revenue, so I'm just gonna have to put my income taxes back into my business again this year, and I don't mind it at all. You have to invest in yourself. That would be my biggest takeaway for the funding struggle, is just investing in yourself. I've known people to do, what are they called? Like business showers. So a business shower is kind of like a baby shower. I mean, it's the general, you know, theme of it. Especially during COVID, a lot of people are doing like virtual business showers. So they'll just, you know, create a registry somewhere, whether it's Walmart, Target, Amazon, you know, some of their favorite, I guess, stores that they're going to get the majority of their business supplies from, and they create a registry and people just buy them for their business. I think that is a great way to, I guess, get a lot of your startup business essentials that you will need, such as like shipping supplies, maybe office decor, marketing supplies, and things like that. So those are a good way, you know, to go about getting revenue in the very beginning. And then I would give you a tip: please start building business credit now. Okay, so while you are in the very first year or the very beginning stages of your business, please start building your business credit now, because that would definitely help you in the long run. Stores that small business owners use a lot, like Amazon, they are giving people like business credit cards, and they are doing net 10, net 30, I don't know about net 10, but they're doing like net 30 accounts. So which is basically like you're ordering and then you don't have to pay for it until like 30 days later. There are a lot of different like groups on Facebook I am in one of the Facebook groups, which is how I learned a lot of information on business credit, but that's a whole nother video, y'all. Just start building your business credit now, okay? But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it as far as funding goes, because y'all, like, you really just have to invest in yourself. That's the only thing that I can tell you about funding, okay? So moving on into number 2, my next biggest struggle is just the lack of support. And not lack of support from like sales wise, like lack of support from like just having people to talk to, right? Or just having like that mentorship or that guidance from other people, especially me starting a stationery company. I'm not sure what type of businesses you all have, but if you don't have someone to look up to, that could be really, really hard in starting a business. So none of my immediate family members own a business. A lot of my friends own businesses, but most of them are in like service-based businesses. So they have no idea what it means to like, you know, like find vendors and like pricing products and things like that. So I don't have that camaraderie when it comes to talking about certain things that is business related for a stationery / product based business. And I'm sure a lot of you are feeling the exact same way. So some of the solutions that I would say for this is just pretty much finding your tribe. And your business tribe may not necessarily be your best friends. And I feel like I have talked about this in a previous video as well. I love my best friends dearly, but it's just some things that I can't talk to them about or they wouldn't understand because they don't have a product-based business. And I mean, honestly, like they're not stationery lovers. So they're not like super gung-ho about stationery. So a lot of the things that I talk to them about, they're like, okay, you know? So I would say that I started attending business conferences. I did a video on that as well, just linking up and finding other like-minded individuals. You could find a mentor, and you guys, you just have to put yourself out there. That was one of the things that people have been telling me, like, hey, if no one is coming to you, like, you have to put yourself out there. And one of the things that I recommend is that you're not just associating with people who you know are on the same level as you. If you want to level up, you kind of have to engage or collaborate or learn from people who are doing better than you, because there are a lot of different opportunities for you guys to engage with other people, whether it's joining different Facebook groups, whether it's I literally posted on my Instagram page. If you guys go on my Instagram page, I literally posted, do any stationery bosses want to link up, okay? And people actually DM'd me about that and whatever. So again, you just have to put yourself out there. When you go to these business events and these pop-up shops, please introduce yourself. You have no idea who, ooh, my earrings, that looks really crazy. You have no idea who is watching you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who is in the same industry as you, but just someone who is business minded and business savvy. But that's the only thing, like, that's kind of like the only advice that I can give you all for lack of support. You just have to find that support and find your tribe and put yourself out there. But yeah, so moving on into struggle bus number 3, which is the fear of the unknown. Y'all, I feel like I have struggled with this, and I don't think people talk about this. Like, I feel like a lot of people, when they start businesses, they're just like, oh, I wasn't scared to do this, and I just took off running, and my business has been booming, and the whole time, like, they've been crying real tears. So what I mean by the fear of the unknown is not knowing what's going to happen in your business. So whether it's selecting a certain type of product to launch first, like, okay, should I launch this product or should I do this? It is also fear of taking like financial risks, like, should I really put all of this money into this inventory or should I put it into this marketing? And it's just not knowing business in general. So a lot of us, like, when we start businesses, we're just thinking like, okay, I'm just going to buy this product. And then when you start talking to a vendor, they're like, well, do you want this, this, and this? And you're like, you know, so again, check out my vendor video that I did on how to find the perfect vendor. But there are a lot of things, like not just finding a vendor, like marketing. A lot of people don't know about social media. They've only used social media for like personal things. They have no idea what it means to build a brand on social media. So all of those things are fearful because they are new to us. And honestly, y'all, the biggest thing that I could say is research, research, research. There is so much free information out there for small business owners on branding, on marketing, on finances, on social media, on just everyday things that we need to learn, on creating a vendor list or being organized as a small business owner. These are a lot of things that you have to know before you even begin to think about launching things. So again, just research and then just not jumping the gun. We get these ideas in our head like, okay, I really want to do this. I really want to do this, when really you just have to sit back and learn before you're able to do. And then you just have to take risks. Like at the end of the day, you learn from trial and error. So I can give you an example. For me, I was struggling with trying to figure out, okay, do I want my first planner to be dated or undated? And I just had to take that leap of faith and do a dated one because that's what I liked. That's what I knew. So that was one of the things that I had to just take the risk on doing. And I'm happy that I did it because it sold out. So yeah, you just have to take risks. You have to take financial risks. And you have to take, like, just put yourself out there as far as like showing yourself on video. I would never have imagined that I would had started a YouTube channel. Like, you just have to put yourself out there, out of your comfort zone, and just see where it takes you. And y'all, I am only speaking from a year of experience, right? Like, I just started my business last year, 2021. I am still learning as I go as well, but I will tell you that you do have to put yourself out there. You do have to take risks, and you will definitely have to do your own research. Don't just go off of what someone else told you that worked for them, because that may not be the same case for you. You just have to do it yourself and then learn from your mistakes in the future. That's it. And then struggle bus number 4 would definitely be just feeling overwhelmed. And this is coming from an avid planner user. Like, I feel overwhelmed like at least 3 times a week, right? Like 3 days out of the week, I'm just like, bruh, like, what am I doing? Because it's a lot, because you have to take into consideration when you're first starting out a business, 9 times out of 10, you can't afford to hire a manager or an accounting or a brand ambassador or all of these things. So you are literally the CEO, you're the brand ambassador, you're the accountant, you are the social media manager, you are your own public relations officer. Like, you are everything, right? So that can be very, very overwhelming, not to mention life that was happening before you decided to start your business. So that's mom life. That's, some of us are still working our 9 to 5s or our part-time jobs. That's all of the extracurricular things that we have to do, such as like volunteering and community things and all of the things that you guys have to do, right? So the possibility to feel overwhelmed is great, okay? Like, it's huge. But I will say that some of the things that have helped me is definitely my planner. And this is like no sales pitch or anything, because like I said, you don't necessarily have to use mine, but you do have to have some type of organization system. Work on a few things at a time. Give yourself deadlines. Work on one project at a time. Just stay productive throughout the day, and then try to balance that daytime with your family or with your friends, with your social, with your other job that you may be working at that time. Like, you have to find a way to balance it so that you don't feel like that you're being neglectful in other areas of your life. Yeah, and just practice a lot of self-care, y'all. Like, I've talked about this before. There are super easy self-care tips and ideas for women in business. We need it the most, honestly. No shade to men, but we really need that self-care. And then as you are planning, make sure that you are planning for the quarter, right? So a lot of the times that when we plan, we just kind of think of like the whole yearly overview. So in the beginning of the year, like, you're super overwhelmed because you're like, oh my God, there's no way that I'm gonna get all of this done in 365 days. But if you take it by quarter, like, okay, these are the marketing strategies that I'm going to implement for this quarter. These are the goals that I'm setting for myself for this quarter. A 3-month time frame versus a 12-month time frame just seems super easy and more manageable. So I just recommend like planning everything out in a quarter. And you guys have to think like the most successful businesses, they have quarterly meetings. Like they have quarterly overviews and where like the CEO sits down and meets with everyone. So how did we do last quarter? Or this was the best quarter. So I recommend that you just plan your goals and all of your strategies for your business quarterly. And last but not least, I would say definitely ask for help. If you don't have anyone in your circle who is business savvy, or you don't trust anyone to monitor or help you with your business and help, then ask for help in other areas of your life. So like, hey, can you sit with the kids today while I try to knock out this YouTube video? Or hey, you know, can you take the kids to practice because I have to attend a brunch or a business conference today for my business? And I feel like we get so caught up in trying to be Wonder Woman or Superwoman that we forget to count on those people who are set up to help us in those times of need, and we forget to utilize the people in our village. So those are the tips that I have for when you begin to feel overwhelmed. So last but not least, struggle bus number 5, which is the lack of results. So the lack of results is pretty much like, this is when you have like started your business and you're kind of like, you're feeling like you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, but you're just not feeling, or you're not seeing those results. So your followers aren't increasing, your subscribers on YouTube aren't increasing, your subscribers to your email list aren't increasing, or people aren't reading your emails, or you know, people aren't liking your posts, people aren't engaging, and people aren't buying your product or your service. Or you could just be feeling like someone else is doing better than me, like, you know, we both started at the same time, and you know, like her business is booming, or my inventory isn't as big as I want it to be. I want to have a shop full of stuff that I can sell. So these are some of the struggles, right? My biggest advice to you is to not compare your year 1 to someone else year 3. You know, those of us who are in year 1 to 5, don't compare your year 1 to someone's year 3, because they know more than you. They've been doing it more than you. And comparison is the thief of joy, period. Like, you have no idea what someone else was going through before they reached that level of success, right? Or you don't even know if their level of success is genuine or real or not, because people show you what they want to show you on social media. So you just have to make sure that you are staying in your lane, and you are staying true to your vision, you're staying true to your brand, and you are staying true to your authentic self. So a lot of people, when they feel down, they start to like, well, I'm about to rebrand. And it's like, sis, you've only been doing business for 6 months, right? There should be no reason why you're rebranding every single year. Like, yeah, you may be implementing new strategies, but to completely rebrand into a whole nother business is insane if you're only doing that because you're continuously comparing yourself to other brands. So I would just say, just stick to your plan and just make adjustments when necessary. So if something isn't working for you, then you switch up that strategy. So if just constantly posting pictures of one particular product just isn't working for you, then maybe you should try to start doing reels, or maybe you should try to start introducing yourself more to your audience, or maybe you should try to start implementing like polls and just trying to get your audience engaged with you. Because a lot of the times, like, it's nothing that we're doing wrong, it's just something that we're not doing enough. So you just want to make sure that you are being consistent in whatever it is that you are doing, and that you are showing up for your business every single day. Every single day, there should be something on this worldwide net or internet or whatever, the World Wide Web, that is a part of your business, that your business is somewhere out there every single day. At the end of the day, you just have to remember your why and don't give up. And that's pretty much all that I have to say about that. Like, you just have to keep going, y'all, because business isn't easy. And I don't know like where people got the idea that starting a business would be super, super easy, or that having a successful business would be really easy. It is not. And so if you're not seeing the results that you want to receive, then you have to reevaluate the things that you already have in place, make the necessary adjustments, and then keep that consistent. That's it. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it when it comes to the entrepreneur struggle bus. I have personally dealt with each and every one of these struggles, and I am still working through them. So the advice that I'm giving you is just the advice that has helped me thus far. Thank you so, so much for watching this video. I hope that you have all the success that you deserve in your business, and I just hope that your business thrives. And then of course, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you in any kind of way, and subscribe to my channel. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.